Alright, so check this out. We drop into the in-game Woldberry Forest. It's giving off all the fantasy adventure vibes, right? Sun shining through the trees, a super clean look. You'd think it's a chill starter zone. But then a dude shows up, and he is not having a good time. He's covered in blood, breathing heavy, and looks totally wrecked. This isn't a peaceful forest anymore. It's a hunting ground. And just like that, we see why. The forest is full of these high-level, armored guys standing over a bunch of defeated players. Our guy is basically cornered. He's one of the last ones standing against this elite crew. The mood has officially gone from fantasy adventure to full-blown struggle for survival. He just got ganked. Okay, so the leader of this ambush crew is getting impatient. He's like, we did all this for nothing, while his buddy is just trying to figure out the next move. They're clearly looking for someone specific, and our guy isn't it. And then the girl gets this look in her eyes. It's totally cold. She's over it. She just says 2 words, kill him. No hesitation. Our main character is now on the chopping block. The dude is about to get his final L. Suddenly, a massive, muscle-bound dude with a huge axe is swinging down. He's aiming right for our guy's head. This is the moment of truth. Can he dodge it, or is this the end of the line? So the axe is coming down hard, and it's looking like our dude is done for. He's bracing for the hit. No time to even react. This is a classic oh snap moment. But then, a new character appears. Just swoops in. We get a glimpse of this super intense-looking guy with white hair. He's got that main character energy for sure. And just like that, the axe is stopped. The new guy blocked it with his hand or something, and he's not even breaking a sweat. He's just standing there with a calm, powerful aura, totally saving our guy's skin. The white-haired guy, who we now know is Jaehyun, just get the shout out from the crew he's protecting. It looks like he's their friend, and they're psyched he's there. The enemy guys, though, they recognize him and call him Hyrkan. They're saying they can take him if they all rush him at once. They clearly know he's a problem, but they're not backing down. But before they can even act on that plan, Hyrkan just completely wipes out 2 of them instantly. They're just flying through the air, splattered with blood. It shows he's not just powerful, he's on a whole other level. These guys talked a big game, but Hyrkan is not to be messed with. Hyrkan just keeps going, a blur of motion. He's totally in his zone, slicing through the air with his sword. He's not just powerful, he's got style. The rest of the enemy team is now on the ground, completely taken out. Hyrkan just casually walks away, leaving a trail of defeated players in his wake. It's a total flex. Then we get the big reveal. Hyrkan, real name on Jaehyun, is the hero slayer. He's got a big smirk on his face, covered in blood, and he's basically taunting everyone. He's the real deal, and this is just the beginning. So the rescued crew is feeling totally guilty. One of them is apologizing to Jaehyun, saying it's all their fault. They're basically admitting they walked right into a trap and got everyone messed up. Jaehyun just cuts them off. He's not here for the apologies. He's got that, what are you even talking about? Look on his face like it's no big deal, he just saved all of them. And then he just reaches out his hand, ready to help the other dude up. It's a classic power move. He's not just a badass fighter. He's also a real one, helping his friends without a second thought. The guy on the ground is looking at Jaehyun's outstretched hand like he can't believe it. But Jaehyun just tells him to stop worrying and get up. It's that no-nonsense, chill vibe. Jaehyun then reassures the whole crew that it wasn't their fault. He's trying to get them to stop beating themselves up about it. They're all just looking at him, a little in awe. And then we see who Jaehyun is actually blaming. The girl on the throne. He calls her a pathetic loser who's always lagging behind and says it's her fault because she lacks the skills. He's totally calling her out. The girl with the blue eyes is looking at him with this wild mix of anger and something else. Jaehyun just gives her this super aggressive grin, calling her a dumbass. He is not holding back. She's totally done with his vibe, talking about touching friendship and asking why he's being sentimental. It's like she's trying to call him out and downplay what he just did, but you can feel the tension between them. And then she gets up and starts walking toward him. She's looking straight ahead, totally focused, and just throws out a line like even if trash band together. It's a full-on showdown now. She's about to face him directly. The girl, whose name we now know as Sir, is just looking back at him, super confident. She's got this smirk and says nothing will come of it. She's clearly not intimidated. Jaehyun laughs at her and fires back, asking her who keeps getting destroyed by trash, and clenches her teeth about it. He's totally calling her out for being a sore loser. And that's when Sir snaps. She's got this super angry look and tells him to watch your mouth. The vibes are getting intense now. This isn't just a friendly rivalry. It's personal. Jaehyun just stares at her, his grin getting wider, and he says, regret. He's holding up this glowing watch, and it's clear something big is about to go down. Suddenly, the watch activates. The blue lights and digital effects start swirling around him. It looks like he's using some sort of power or activating a skill. And just like that, Jaehyun is transformed. He's got a mask and this slick new armor. He's not just a hooded guy with a sword anymore. He's officially in full-blown hero slayer mode, ready for whatever's next. The newly transformed Jaehyun is just smiling, holding his sword. He's talking smack, saying regret is for weaklings. He's totally in her head now, and he knows it. Sir is absolutely losing it. Her face is all flushed and twisted with rage, and she just yells, kill him, again. The battle is officially on. And Jaehyun just laughs. He's mocking her, saying, kill him? Do you never learn? He's totally over her trash talk. He's ready to put on a show and prove his point. The camera zooms in on the guy who was saved earlier, and he looks totally shocked. He's whispering to himself like, huh? What the? Something unexpected just happened. And then we see it. Jaehyun just coughed up a bunch of blood, and a sword is sticking out of his chest from behind. The other guys he saved are just standing there with this dark look in their eyes. He got backstabbed, literally, and the system messages pop up. It's warning Jaehyun that his HP is dropping super fast and his movement is restricted. He just got totally blindsided and is now on the verge of being taken out. Jaehyun is on the ground, totally stunned, asking what's going on. And the guy he just saved is standing over him, apologizing for deceiving him. The betrayal is real. The leader of the group, with a sword in his hand, tries to justify what he did. He says they all have to make a living, and that Jaehyun shouldn't hate him for it. It's a classic backstabber's line. Jaehyun is completely shocked. He's on the ground, his face twisted in disbelief. The guy who just betrayed him is smirking and laughing. The betrayal cut deep, and he can't believe it. The girl, sir, is just standing there laughing at Jaehyun, who's on the ground. She's got this super evil look, like she's enjoying this whole thing. She's the one who set this up. She looks down at him, with a smirk on her face. She's taunting him, asking if he got all caught up in your little friendship fantasy. She's basically saying that money is all that matters in the game, not friends. And then she stands over him, and with a total mic drop, she says, Hyrkan, I'm going to remove you from this game. It's over for him. He's been totally played. Sir looks down at Jaehyun, and she's totally smug. She's got this super manipulative smile on her face, and she's trying to get in his head. She's messing with him, asking if he's a full-time Warlord gamer and a worthless piece of trash with nothing going for him. She's being ruthless. And then she gets even more ruthless, saying that if she keeps killing him every time he logs in, he'll never be able to make any progress. It's a total power move, making it clear she's going to ruin his game experience. She's got this completely unhinged look on her face, with a creepy smile and crazy eyes. She's declaring him to be trash again. It's the ultimate diss, and she's making it clear that she sees him as nothing. Jaehyun is totally losing it, his knuckles scraping the dirt as he gets up. He's furious, and you can feel the rage radiating off him. He's had enough. Suddenly, he just lunges at her, grabbing her by the throat. He's screaming at her to shut that mouth of yours. He's got that look in his eyes like he's about to do something crazy. Sir's completely caught off guard. Her eyes are wide with shock, and there's blood spatter in the air. She just says, oh my, like she can't believe what just happened. She messed with the wrong guy, and now she's paying the price. The betrayal is now on full display. The guy who backstabbed Jaehyun is holding him with a sword still in his back. The girl, Sir, is on the ground, but she's thanking everyone. It was all a trap. The traitor just gives this totally cold-hearted look and says, just die already. He's not feeling any remorse, and he spells it out. They were offered hundreds of millions to do this. This betrayal was all for the money. Jaehyun is bleeding, and you can see the deep hurt in his eyes. He's asking them if they're doing this just because of money. It's a moment of total heartbreak and betrayal. Jaehyun is barely holding on, with blood all over him. He's asking them if they know how much he did for them. This is the moment where he realizes everything he gave was for nothing. He's defeated, looking up at his betrayers. He just mutters, "Damn it," and asks, "Didn't you say we're family?" It's the final, gut-wrenching moment before the end. The betrayal is now complete. The screen goes red with a warning. You have died. It also says he can't log in for 48 hours. He just got game ended, and not only that, he's basically been locked out of the game for 2 days. And then we see him in real life. He's gasping for air, hunched over in his gaming pod. He's completely out of breath, like he just got the wind knocked out of him. The defeat wasn't just in the game, it was physical. He looks up defeated. The text on the screen says it all. I lost everything. He's not just talking about his in-game stuff, he's talking about his reputation, his guild, and his whole world. This is the moment his revenge story begins. The manhwa then shifts to the game itself, called Warlord. It tells us it's a massive global hit, and the game's logo looks super epic. We see a live broadcast of a Red Dragon raid. The chat is going crazy with people dropping money and saying things like insane and OMG GOAT. This game is a huge deal, and the stakes are super high. And then we get the backstory. The game is based on AI-driven virtual reality, and players can earn unimaginable amounts of money. Our guy, Jaehyun, is telling us that in that world, the game was the only thing he was ever good at. This isn't just a game for him, it's his whole... The story goes on, and we learn that in real life, Jaehyun was always called trash. But in the game, he was a killer, and we see him taking down a monster with no effort. He found his place here. And then we go back to the beginning of the betrayal. The guy who eventually backstabbed him is complimenting him, saying he's amazing at the game. This is the start of their supposed friendship, and the guy asks Jaehyun to form a guild with him. It's a hopeful moment, and Jaehyun tells us that this was the only place he ever belonged. It makes the betrayal so much more painful, knowing what it meant to him. The betrayal is shown again, with a knife in his back, and the narrator just says that was the case. It's a final look at the moment that changed everything for him. We see Jaehyun, still in his gaming pod, with his fist clenched, and he says he forgives them. It feels like a moment of peace, but then the next line hits. He's running through the streets in real life, with a determined look on his face. He's declaring that he's going to find them all and kill them. The rage has taken over, and his revenge arc has officially started. The betrayal is still heavy on his mind. He's got a call from someone named Dong-soo, and he's thinking, why did I go through all that hardship, just so those bastards can live a good life without me? The pain is real. He's walking, and the traffic light is a solid red. There's a car coming, and he's just thinking, if only I had known things would turn out like this. I would have never cared about anyone else from the beginning. He's walking right into the street, with a car coming fast. He just lets it happen. He's totally given up, and this is the final moment of despair. It looks like the story is about to end before it even started. The worst happens. We see a person lying on the street, surrounded by blood and debris from a food cart. There's a crowd forming, with someone yelling that a person got hit. It's a total mess. Jaehyun is on the ground, bleeding. He's thinking to himself, of all things, I had to get hit by a garbage truck. He's just totally out of luck, even in his final moments. His phone is on the ground, with a message that the call to Dong-soo is unavailable. He's gasping for air, lying in a pool of his own blood. He's thinking, no, I can't die now. It's a moment of total desperation. His revenge story might be ending before it even began, and he's not ready to go out like this. The memory of the betrayal comes back, with Jaehyun thinking about the traitorous bastard who said they were doing it for money. He can't get it out of his head. And then he thinks about the girl, Sir, the bastard who screwed me over. Her crazy, evil face is all he can see. This is the source of all his rage and his will to survive. And then the purpose is clear. He has to take revenge on all of them. And not just revenge, but brutally. This is his final thought as he's dying on the street, and it's what's going to drive him from now on. The screen goes completely black. There's just a light in the middle, and it feels like something is loading. It's a moment of total suspense. And then we see it. It's a loading screen with the words connecting and user verification in progress. He's logging into the game, but how? He's back. He's got that focused, determined look in his eyes, and the screen says, "Welcome, username, Hyrkan." He's returned to the game world. The 48-hour ban is over, and his revenge is officially about to begin. Jaehyun is totally confused. He's looking at a giant minotaur, and the quest is to survive against it. He's thinking, a tutorial quest? What the hell is this? It's not the game he remembers. Two other players are there, yelling at him. They're telling him to pull yourself together because they saw an alert. They're panicking and trying to fight the monster. The minotaur is roaring, its eyes glowing red. It's a terrifying sight, and these guys are about to face off against it. This is a super tough tutorial, and Jaehyun is not ready for it. The players are trying to figure out how to take down the minotaur. They're saying it's impossible to beat alone, and all three of them have to tank it together. They're totally overwhelmed. Jaehyun is confused. He asks if the minotaur wasn't removed from the tutorial 5 years ago because it was too difficult. This is a huge clue that something is wrong. And the other guy is just as confused. He says Warlord was released only 10 months ago. It's a shocking realization for Jaehyun. He's been thrown 5 years into the past, back to when the game first came out. This is a complete game changer. Jaehyun is in total shock, just muttering 10 months ago as the realization sinks in. He's been sent back in time. The two other guys are getting annoyed with Jaehyun. They're telling him to get it together, and one of them is saying, "What's wrong with this guy? He's not acting like a normal newbie." Jaehyun is still processing everything, but he's got a sword in his hand now. He's listening to the other guy's plan, but he's already way ahead of them. This is his second chance. The other two players are walking toward the minotaur, but Jaehyun is just walking past them. They're asking him, where are you going?" He's completely ignoring them. Jaehyun is taking a step forward, and the other guys are just shocked. They're realizing he's not following their plan, and they have no idea what he's about to do. And just like that, he takes off. He's sprinting toward the minotaur, and the other guys are screaming, "Hey, are you insane?" They think he's suicidal, but Jaehyun has a whole new game plan. The minotaur is roaring and getting ready to attack, and the other players are screaming that Jaehyun is going to die. But Jaehyun is not scared. He's got that look of pure confidence and determination in his eyes. Jaehyun just charges right at it. He's moving so fast. All you can see is a blur of motion as he gets ready to attack. He's not trying to survive. He's going for the kill. And just like that, he completely slashes through the minotaur. There's blood flying everywhere, and the creature is done for. It's a total one-hit knockout, and it shows just how overpowered he is with his 5 years of experience. The minotaur is roaring and falling apart, and the blood is flying everywhere. Jaehyun just took it down with a single hit. It's an insane display of power. The two other guys are absolutely stunned. They're looking at each other, one of them saying, "What? Did that guy just take that monster down in one blow?" They can't believe what they just saw. Jaehyun just gives them this super intense, cold-blooded look. He's covered in blood, and he's not even fazed. He's totally in a different league than them, and they're just starting to realize it. The one guy, who's now all smiles, is holding out his hand and says that Jaehyun has some serious talent. He's trying to recruit him to his guild. He's totally buttering him up, and the guy is now standing in front of Jaehyun, extending his hand. He's asking him, "Do you want to join our guild?" It's a mirror of the first betrayal, but this time, it's a trap Jaehyun knows. Jaehyun's eyes go wide. The blood is still spattered on his face. He's seeing a past memory in a new context, and the rage is boiling up inside him. He knows exactly what's going to happen if he takes that hand. The two guys are looking at Jaehyun with confusion. They're asking him what decision he just made. They're totally oblivious to the danger they're in. Jaehyun just gives him a cold, blank stare and says nothing. The other guys are still smiling, clueless about the storm that's about to hit them. And just like that, Jaehyun completely slices them down. There's blood flying everywhere, and their smiles are gone. He's not messing around. This time, he's the backstabber, and he's not holding back. The camera is focused on Jaehyun's eyes, and they're glowing red with rage. He's totally in a different zone, and you can see the hatred in his expression. The narration says, "If I trust people again in this life, I'll be a dog." This is a huge turning point for his character. He's not just seeking revenge. He's becoming a completely different person who will never trust anyone again. The final screen just says, "The hero slaughterer, Hyrkan, has regressed." It's the title of the series, and it confirms he's back in time, ready to get his revenge. The story is just beginning.
Hello, everyone. Sorry to interrupt you in between, but don't forget to subscribe to Epic Canon for more manga recaps. And if you're waiting for the next part, you can join as a Patreon member and request the next part. Thank you for listening.
Jaehyun is waking up in a gaming pod, taking off his helmet. He's back in the real world, but something is different. His eyes snap open, and he's looking around with total shock. He's thinking this place is a V-Gear store. He's not in his old gaming pod at home. He's at a store, surrounded by other people in pods. This is definitely not where he died. Jaehyun is totally freaking out. He's thinking, have I actually regressed? He's now putting the pieces together from the tutorial to where he is right now. And the memory comes back. He remembers that 5 years ago, when he was broke, he used to play games on the showroom devices at these stores. The reality of his situation is now sinking in. And then he rips off his helmet and says, "I've got things to do." He's not depressed anymore. He's got a second chance, and he's ready to take full advantage of it. The real revenge arc is about to begin, and he's starting with a bang. Jaehyun is running with a new fire in his eyes. He's thinking about his 5 years of experience and future information. He's got a huge advantage over everyone else in this time. And the thought continues. He realizes that if he uses this knowledge, he can become a monster. He's got an unfair advantage, and he's totally ready to exploit it. He's walking up to the receptionist, and she's looking at him with a confused look. He's just getting started on his plan to take over the game and get his revenge. Jaehyun is holding out his credit card and says, "I want the base model V-Gear, please." He's totally in a rush, and you can see the determination on his face. He's ready to go all in. The employee is completely caught off guard. She's trying to help him out, but he's breathing heavy and just pushing forward. She's a little nervous and just says, sure." Jaehyun is still breathing heavy with a crazy look on his face. He's talking to himself, trying to figure out his first move, but he's already in a different headspace. He's thinking like a pro, and he's ready to get to business. The employee looks nervous, holding up his card, and she says, "You don't have enough funds." It's a total vibe killer for his grand plan. Jaehyun is totally shocked. He's just standing there with this confused look on his face. He completely forgot about his real-life situation. And then the realization hits. He's hunched over in disappointment, thinking, fuck, that's right. He's remembering that the reason he was at the store in the first place was because he was broke and couldn't afford his own gear. His big plan just hit a major wall. Jaehyun is panicking. He's thinking, what should I do? He knows he has to earn money, but he feels like it'll be too late. The desperation is setting in. His eyes are wide with stress, and he's totally sweating. He's got a voice in his head telling him, "What are you waiting for?" It's the pressure to get his revenge. And then we see it. It's a huge ad of a woman, probably Sir, and she's saying the strong never fear challenge. She's basically calling him out, and the ad says, "Hesitation is a luxury you cannot afford in battle." It's like she's taunting him, even in the real world. The ad continues, and it's a full-on picture of Sir. It tells us she's the Warlord model ranking #1 and Queen of Thunder. The girl who betrayed him is now a total superstar in the game, and the ad is taunting him to become an overlord of war. Jaehyun just stares at the ad for the game, Warlord. He's standing in front of the logo, and the screen is telling him to start now. It's like the game is calling to him, a new chance for revenge. Jaehyun is now looking away, with his face covered in shadow. He's totally silent, and you can feel the rage building inside of him. The ad for the game is a slap in the face, but it's also a reminder of what he needs to do. The memory of Sir's smug face, calling him trash, is still in his mind. He's saying to himself like he's accepting that he's at the bottom again. Jaehyun is now running out of the store with a determined look in his eyes. He's telling himself, now's not the time to wait around. He's got to get to work. He's now at his home with a nice sunset view. It's a peaceful moment, but the viewer knows that a storm is brewing. He's about to start his new life and his revenge plot. The technician just installed the V-Gear and is telling Jaehyun he can use it right away. He's leaving, and Jaehyun is just standing there with the tech and the new gear. Jaehyun is looking at the V-Gear, thinking to himself, the quickest way for me to earn money. He's holding up his hands, and you can see a look of determination in his eyes. He's got a new plan, and he's not messing around. He's going to use his knowledge of the future to get rich and get his revenge. The quickest way to earn money turns out to be a shady loan card. The card says, same day, lending services for Warlord gamers. He's ready to do whatever it takes to get back in the game. Jaehyun is now sitting with a dude who seems to be a loan shark. He's asking for 10 million won, and the guy just smiles and says, of course we can. The loan shark is totally acting slick, like he's about to hook Jaehyun up. He's smiling and looks a little too happy about this whole situation. The loan shark is flipping the card over with a menacing look, and we see a blade reflecting off of it. It's a very subtle hint that he's not to be messed with. The loan shark's face is all red and sinister now, and he's telling Jaehyun that if he can't pay them back, your life is going to become hell. It's a classic mobster threat, and he's not playing around. Jaehyun is sweating, and he's not saying anything. He knows this is a dangerous situation, but he's already committed. There's no turning back now. Jaehyun is holding the card in his fist, and he's just saying whatever. He's not scared anymore. He knows what he has to do, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to get his revenge. He puts on his V-Gear helmet, and you can see a look of determination in his eyes. He's thinking, I would fall into hellfire. He's ready to risk everything for this. And just like that, the screen says connecting. He's logging back into the game world, ready to start his journey. The stakes are higher than ever, and his revenge arc is officially on. Jaehyun is putting on his helmet, and he's screaming, connect. He's totally ready to jump into the game. There's no hesitation this time, and the narrator is saying he would do this if it meant I could get those bastards good. We see the faces of Sir and the lone shark, and it's clear who he's thinking of. This is all for revenge. He's in. He's standing tall in the game world, and the screen says, welcome to Warlord. His username, Hyrkan, is at the top. He's back in the game, and his revenge arc is officially on. Jaehyun is chilling, and the screen says, congratulations on clearing the tutorial. He's got a big smirk on his face and is thinking about a woman, saying she should be here soon. And then we see her. She's got blonde hair, blue eyes, and she's radiating a golden aura. She looks super powerful, and she says, I'm Ariadne, here to help you with your career. It's like a goddess just showed up to help him. And then we see Jaehyun looking completely shocked and just says, yeah. It's a huge moment. It feels like he has a plan for her. The story is about to take a turn. The woman, Ariadne, is now floating beside Jaehyun, and she's telling him that he has to choose from one of the 3 basic classes. It's a key moment for any gamer, and he's about to make his choice. She's holding out her hand, and it's glowing. She's saying, now, adventurer. She's ready to guide him through the game, but Jaehyun has a different plan. The panel is full of glowing symbols, and Ariadne is explaining that the skills you choose to level up will determine your class. It's an important moment in the game, but Jaehyun already knows the outcome. The first option is the warrior class. Ariadne is telling him that they fight in the front lines with melee weapons and that she recommends it. But Jaehyun is just thinking about his past, and he's not interested. He's thinking, I can level up quickly, but it gets harder to play solo. He just says, pass. The next option is the cleric class, and it's all about healing and buffing others. Jaehyun is thinking about it, and he says, pass. He's not here to help others. He's here for revenge. And then we see Jaehyun looking completely determined. He's thinking about the warrior class, but his past has taught him that he can't rely on a team. He's going to have to do this alone. The third option is shown, and Jaehyun is thinking about it, but the narration tells us he's not going to be looking after others' asses. He's not here to be a team player. He's here to do it alone. Ariadne has this serene, knowing look on her face. She's wishing him an entertaining adventure. She seems to know what's on his mind. And just like that, the glowing light of the class choice disappears. She's got this knowing smile, and he's not choosing a class from the 3 basic ones. He's got his own plan, and it's something totally different. The screen just flashes. You have chosen a basic class, and says, traveling to the corresponding class tower. This is what happens to normal players, and it seems like he's going with it. Jaehyun is now in a new place, with a golden glow around him. He's looking a little confused. This is not what he expected. He's thinking, why am I here? He's in a giant library or a tower, and a dude is saying, welcome, youngster seeking knowledge. It's a new path, and he's not choosing a class, but he's going for knowledge instead. This is his master plan to get an unfair advantage. The old man who's been here the whole time is now in full focus. And we get his name, Golko. He's the mage class NPC, and he's ready to teach Jaehyun magic. Jaehyun is totally lost. He's looking up at the old man, who's floating above him. He's asking. He's completely confused about what's going on. The old man is asking Jaehyun what type of magic he wants to learn, and he's starting to list some options. But Jaehyun doesn't let him finish. He just cuts him off with a look of pure determination and says, dark magic. The old man is telling Jaehyun he's there to learn magic of the earth, but Jaehyun cuts him off. He's not here for that. He says, no, I wish to learn dark magic. He's going for a totally different path. The old man is shocked. He's asking Jaehyun, where did you learn about this? He's telling him that dark magic is powerful but brings the user's soul to ruin. But Jaehyun just says, I am aware. He knows the risks. Jaehyun gives this creepy, determined smile and says he knows the risks and to please teach him. He's telling himself that it has to be dark magic. It's the ultimate path for his revenge. The old man is totally freaking out. He's grabbing his mouth and looking horrified. He's saying, how can this be? He can't believe what's happening. And the old man's face is now half corrupted with a purple glow. He's saying that the boy's path will go smoothly. It's like he's been taken over by the dark magic. He's not in control anymore. The old man is now a full-on skeleton, and he's holding a glowing crystal. He's saying, Kiki, it's been a while. A brat who has chosen this path. It's clear that this is a rare event, and he's now under a new master. The skeletal man is giving Jaehyun a choice, a powerful skill book. He's telling him, if you truly are ready, to place his hand on it. The purple magic around him shows just how powerful it is. Jaehyun is totally calm. He's looking at the book with a blank expression, and the old man is saying he must choose wisely. The stakes are high. Jaehyun reaches out and places his hand on the book. The old man is telling him that the path is difficult for any punk to take, but Jaehyun doesn't care. He's already made his decision, and his new, dark journey has officially begun. The skeletal man is now laughing, and a huge skull is appearing behind him. He's totally enjoying this, and it seems like he's been waiting for someone like Jaehyun. Jaehyun is holding the skill book, and it's surrounded by a purple aura. He's giving a smug smile and says, sorry, but I'm not one of those punks. He's totally disrespecting the old man, but he's confident in his choice. The skeletal man is shocked, and his eye is wide with a blue flame. He's yelling, what an interesting one. It's been so long. It's clear that Jaehyun is a rare find, and his choice to follow the dark path is a unique one. The screen goes black, and the narration is saying that in his past life, there was a famous video of a single necromancer player. This is the class he just chose. We see a lone necromancer in the sky, summoning an army of skeletons and ghouls. The narration says the necromancer was taking the boss down all alone. This is Jaehyun's master plan, to get a super secret class with an overpowered ability. He's now in the middle of a massive battlefield, and he's raising an army of skeletons. He's not just a gamer. He's a full-blown necromancer, ready to take over the game and get his revenge. The narration is continuing, and it's saying, right now, I need power like that. He's totally determined to become as strong as the necromancer he saw in the video. And just like that, the system messages pop up. You have now become a necromancer, and he has a new title, Necromancer Initiate, and a new skill, Skeleton Fragment. He's now on the right path. Jaehyun is now holding a glowing skull in his hand, and he's got a super creepy, confident smile. He's saying the name of the skill, Skeleton Fragment. He's ready to start his journey as a necromancer and his revenge. Jaehyun is summoning a skeleton warrior. The narration is explaining that a skeleton consumes mana to take form. He's learning the ropes and is ready to use his new class. And just like that, the skeleton is now a full warrior. Jaehyun is standing over it with a confident look on his face. The narration is saying, in this life, I'll kill all the bastards that killed me. The skeleton warrior is standing behind him, and it's clear he's got a new goal now. He's not here for fun or friends. He's here to get his revenge. The skeleton warrior is now fully formed, with blue flames coming off of it. Jaehyun says, I'll be a necromancer. He's got his class, and he's ready to start his journey. Jaehyun is giving a creepy smile and says, good. Now, to level up, he's asking himself where the training dungeon is. He's totally in a rush, and he's not messing around. He's ready to grind. The skeleton's head just popped off and is rolling on the floor. Jaehyun is just staring at it, and he's not even surprised. He's totally calm, like this is a normal thing for a skeleton to do. Jaehyun is now just staring at the broken skeleton, with books scattered all around. He's probably thinking about how to fix it, but you can feel his frustration. This is just another obstacle on his path to revenge. The ground is rumbling, and a glowing portal just opened up. Jaehyun is stepping into it, and you can feel the energy coming off of it. He's ready to start grinding. Jaehyun is now inside, and the screen says, you have entered the beginner training dungeon. He's now in the game, and the dungeon is his. He's looking at his skeleton, and it's totally different than he remembers. It's just a skeleton with no armor or anything. He's thinking, this doesn't feel like the laid-back kind of skeleton that I used to see in my previous life. He's also saying, what's going on? And then he says, skill window. He's trying to figure out what's wrong with his skeleton. Jaehyun is looking at his skill window for skeleton fragment. It says his proficiency is at F, and he can only summon one skeleton. He's thinking, He's realizing he's got to work to get his skills up. He's now thinking about his low proficiency, and he knows he needs to level up fast. He's looking around the dungeon for a way to get stronger, and you can see his mind working. Jaehyun sees something in the distance, and his eyes go wide with determination. He's thinking, it appeared just in time. He's got a new target, and his plan to level up is already in motion. The monsters show up. Training monster, Cole Wolf. They're all snarling and ready to attack. Jaehyun has a big challenge in front of him. Jaehyun is giving a creepy smile. He's thinking to himself that they aren't strong, but they're quick, which is perfect for testing his skills. He's totally in control and is not scared. He's now summoning his skeleton, and it's glowing with blue magic. He's telling it to go forth. He's ready to use his new minion and start his grind to power. The skeleton warrior is ready to fight. The system message says it detects an enemy and enters a combat stance. The battle is about to begin. The wolves are now snarling, and they're ready to attack. They're all tense, and their eyes are glowing red. It's a moment of pure animal aggression. And the skeleton just roars with blue fire coming out of its eye socket. It's a new kind of undead, and it's not the same old kind from the old life. It's about to show the wolves who's boss. The skeleton is now ready for the wolves, and they're all snarling and barking at each other. The battle is just about to start, and the tension is high. Jaehyun is giving a huge smile, and his eyes are glowing with a blue aura. He's giving the command to his skeleton, kill them. He's not messing around, and the skeleton is ready to follow his orders. And then we see Jaehyun with a smug smile on his face. He's thinking to himself, WHOA. IT performs better than I expected. He's totally in control, and he's loving the power he has now. The skeleton is now fighting the wolves, and it's doing a great job. Jaehyun is thinking, at this rate, I'll reach max level in no time. He's totally confident in his new class. But then the skeleton's body parts just break off and fall to the ground. Jaehyun is just standing there, looking totally shocked. Something just went wrong with his plan. Jaehyun is looking at his broken skeleton, and he's completely confused. He's thinking his plan to level up just hit a major setback, and he has no idea why. The skeleton's head is on the ground, and its eyes are blinking with blue fire. It looks confused, and it's a little sad. The whole thing is just falling apart. Jaehyun is totally freaking out. His eyes are wide with shock, and he's screaming, "Wait, what? Something's off here." He's opening his skill window, trying to figure out what just happened. Jaehyun's face is totally red with anger, and he's just staring at his skill window in disbelief. He's saying he has no idea why his plan is falling apart so fast. The skeleton's head is still on the ground, and it's being gnawed on by the wolves. Jaehyun is just looking on with a look of pure dread. His skeleton is totally being destroyed. Jaehyun is now thinking about what's going on. He's smiling with a look of desperation, saying, no way. He's thinking it can't be his in number 3, special action mode. He's in denial. And then the realization hits. He's grabbing his head, saying, so that's why? I didn't set a mode. He was so focused on summoning a minion that he didn't set its combat style. He just yells, number 1, defense mode. He's now trying to save it, but it's too late. The skeleton isn't in defense mode. The system message says, the skeleton warrior has begun dancing wildly. It's a total fail, and the skeleton is just flailing around while the wolves are attacking. Jaehyun is crying, and he's totally defeated. He's thinking, I'm fucked. And he sees a memory of the old man skeleton saying, I try to stop you, kid. This is a total moment of regret and failure. Jaehyun is holding his head and just muttering, I'm gonna go crazy. He's totally losing it because his plan is falling apart so fast. The system message is telling him, character cannot be deleted. It also says that accounts less than 3 months old can't delete characters. His backup plan just failed, and there's no way out now. Jaehyun is now in a state of pure despair. He's sitting on a defeated wolf, with his broken skeleton beside him. He's thinking, I can't even delete this character. I can't change classes either. He's also thinking, maybe I should go get hit by a car again. It's a dark and funny moment. Jaehyun is holding his head, and he's totally defeated. He's thinking, why doesn't anything go right for me? He's also saying, and just when I thought things were finally looking up, he's in a total slump, and the story is setting up for his big comeback. Jaehyun is totally losing it, grabbing his head in frustration. He's yelling that his dumb bonehead isn't any help, and he's totally frustrated with the situation. He's getting more and more annoyed, yelling at the skeleton to just stay still. He's also wondering how the necromancer from his past life handled a minion like this. He's totally in over his head. Jaehyun is now looking at his skill window, and he's just saying, He's about to figure out what's really wrong with his skeleton and how to fix it. Jaehyun is looking at his skill window again, and this time, he's reading the fine print. He sees that the summoned creature is equipped with a deep learning system and learns from combat. He's just shocked. This is not the game he remembers. And then the realization hits. He's thinking back to when he was fighting the wolves, and he says, it was watching me. He realizes the skeleton was mimicking his moves. It wasn't a dumb minion. It was a smart one. Jaehyun is now holding the skeleton and telling it to get a hold of itself and to learn from him. He's got a new plan, to train his skeleton to be as powerful as him. The tables have totally turned. The skeleton's head is now in Jaehyun's hands, and he's totally focused. He's trying to get the skeleton to understand him, and the skeleton is looking at him with its glowing eyes like it's trying to listen. Jaehyun is now giving the skeleton a pep talk. He's saying, you're lucky to have a master like me. He's also saying that people called him a genius and that he even coached all my guild's members into becoming top rankers. He's trying to show the skeleton how to be a real player. Jaehyun is now in a totally different state of mind. He's smiling and his eyes are narrowed. It's a look of pure determination. He's ready to train this skeleton and make it his own personal army. The skeleton's head is tilted and it looks confused. It's like it's trying to figure out what Jaehyun is saying. It's a funny and cute moment, given the situation. Jaehyun is now giving the skeleton the most intense lesson ever. He's got a crazy grin on his face and is yelling, "If you don't dodge, you're dead." He's totally in a power-leveling state of mind. Jaehyun is attacking the skeleton again and again, yelling again. He's forcing it to learn how to dodge and defend itself. This is not a friendly training session. This is boot camp. Jaehyun is attacking the skeleton again, with a determined look on his face. He's totally in a power-leveling state of mind, and the skeleton is just taking the hit. Jaehyun is yelling at the skeleton. He's telling it not to stand around like an idiot if it gets hit, but to think of a follow-up. He's not just training it to dodge, he's training it to fight. The skeleton is now completely focused. Its eyes are glowing, and it's holding up its arm in a defensive stance. Jaehyun just yells, "Got it!" And the skeleton is ready to follow his orders. The training is finally sinking in. The skeleton is now ready. It's holding its wooden club like a warrior, and its eyes are glowing blue. It's ready for the wolves. The wolves are running at the skeleton, snarling and ready to attack. The skeleton is ready for them, and the battle is about to begin. The skeleton is now fighting the wolves, and it's totally holding its own. It's dodging and attacking, just like Jaehyun taught it. It's a huge victory for Jaehyun, and his plan is finally working out. The skeleton is now fighting the wolves, and it's totally holding its own. It's dodging and attacking, just like Jaehyun taught it. The skeleton is now taking a hit, but it's not breaking. The wolf is biting down on its arm, but the skeleton is just holding its ground. It's showing its new durability. And just like that, the skeleton is now using its new skill. It's attacking the wolf with a glowing blue sword, and the wolf is getting knocked back. It's the moment the training finally pays off. The skeleton is all glowing and happy, and Jaehyun is getting annoyed. He's telling it to stop getting distracted during the battle. He's totally focused on the grind. Jaehyun is now giving the skeleton a little bit of praise, but he's got that smug look on his face. He's saying, "Well, your last move wasn't bad." He's totally in a coaching state of mind. And then the system messages start popping up. The proficiency of Skeleton Fragment is increasing. It's happening fast, and Jaehyun is standing there, radiating a golden aura. He's not just getting stronger, he's teaching his minion to get stronger too. He's on the right path now. The camera is focused on Jaehyun, and he's got a huge smirk on his face. The screen says, "You pass." And below, player level has increased. He's leveled up, and he's totally confident in his new abilities. The scene now shifts to a town square, and the screen says, "Beginner Village, Figus Castle." There's a lot of people around, and it's a bustling scene. Jaehyun is now in the middle of a crowd, and he's looking around. He's hearing people talking about guilds and looking for raid parties. He's thinking to himself, the skeleton was actually worth teaching. He's also saying that with a few more days of grinding, he'll be able to solo the whole training dungeon. He's got a new goal, and his plan to get stronger is in full swing. Jaehyun is walking, and he's thinking to himself that now the real challenge begins, and he needs to reach level 10. He's totally focused on the grind, and he's not messing around. Suddenly, a guy just bumps into him and says, "Hey." Jaehyun looks at him with a little bit of shock, and he's totally caught off guard. The guy is now with his thug friends, and he's telling Jaehyun that he should apologize for bumping into his shoulder. His friend is backing him up, and Jaehyun is thinking to himself, "What the? These guys look like third-rate thugs." It's a classic setup, and Jaehyun is ready for them. Jaehyun is looking at them with total disgust. He's thinking to himself, "Every one of my seconds counts. Should I just kill them?" He's not messing around, and he's not afraid to get his hands dirty. The guy is totally losing it, yelling, "What kind of person size," in the middle of a conversation. He's totally frustrated with Jaehyun's attitude. And just like that, Jaehyun just walks past them, completely ignoring them. But a new character appears. A guy with a Hawaiian shirt and shades. He's grabbing the two thugs. He's here to save the day, and it's a total surprise. The Hawaiian shirt dude just gives a big smile and says that even if the guy was in the wrong, that doesn't give them a reason to go around hitting people. He's a total good guy, and he's here to help Jaehyun. The thugs are totally confused, asking him who he is and if he's with Jaehyun. But the new guy says, not exactly. He's not here to be a friend. He's here to do his own thing. Jaehyun is totally shocked. He's looking at the new guy, and he's thinking this guy is... He knows this guy, and he's not what he seems. The story is setting up a new ally and a new plot point. Jaehyun is looking at the new guy's muscles. He's totally in awe, and he's thinking to himself, those muscles. He's realizing this guy isn't just a regular player. And then we get a full view of the guy's face. He's smiling, and he's got on a weird Hawaiian shirt and shades. Jaehyun is recognizing him in his weird fashion. Jaehyun is now totally shocked. He's thinking, Mathador CGV. He's realizing this is the top-ranked warrior from his previous life. This is a huge moment, and it completely changes the game. Jaehyun is totally freaking out. He's thinking, what the hell is he doing here? He can't believe that this top-ranked player is here, and he's totally surprised. The thug is now looking crazy, with an angry look on his face. He's yelling at the new guy to stay out of it, but he's not backing down. The new guy, Mathador Shev, is just laughing. He's totally in control, and he's not even fazed. He's got that I'm a badass vibe, and he's ready to handle these thugs. He's a total game changer. The thug is totally freaking out. He's yelling, and his face is twisted in fear. He's in big trouble, and he knows it. The new guy, Mathador Shev, is just laughing, and a red aura is coming off him. He's totally in a power-leveling state of mind. He's about to show these thugs what a top-ranked player looks like. And just like that, the new guy is giving a huge smile and says, aha, I see. Don't you know the saying, an eye for an eye? He's not here to be nice. He's here to show them what's up. The thug is totally freaking out. He's yelling, sir. That guy is Mathador CGV. He's recognizing who he is, and he's completely in a state of panic. The new guy, Mathador Shev, is just laughing. He's saying, well then, since you just hit my palm with your fist. He's about to make an example of this guy. And the red aura around him is now glowing with a dangerous look. He's got a creepy smile on his face, and his eyes are glowing red. He says, I should do the same, right? He's a total villain, and he's not here to be nice. The thugs mess with the wrong guy. The thug is totally freaking out. He's thinking, what? Why would someone like that be? He can't believe that this powerful guy is here, and he's in a state of pure panic. And then we get the big reveal. The guy is now in his full armor, and it's surrounded by a red aura. He's a total badass, and the narration says, that's the Mathador killer, Shev. He's one of the top 30 guilds, and he's known for how much he loves to fight. The thugs are in big trouble. The thugs are now in a state of pure terror. Mathador Shev is looking down at them with a creepy smile, and he's asking them, what's your response? The thugs are now at his mercy, and they know it. It's the ultimate power play. The thugs are absolutely terrified, and they're just muttering. They've totally given up and are now at the mercy of Mathador Shev. The thugs are now on the ground, bowing and screaming, I'm sorry. They're completely defeated, and they're begging for mercy. They're not just sorry, they're terrified. Mathador Shev is just laughing it off, saying, aha, I'm glad we were able to resolve it with words. The thugs are totally confused, but he's just smiling and walking away. It's a hilarious and totally unexpected end to the conflict. The thugs are now on the ground, and Mathador Shev is now with Jaehyun. He's got his arm around him, and he's asking if he's all right. He's trying to be a good guy, but Jaehyun is not having it. Jaehyun just give a cold shoulder to Mathador Shev, and he says, you don't need to help me from now on. He's totally rejecting him, and Mathador Shev is a little shocked. Mathador Shev is now just standing there, looking after Jaehyun, and he's totally confused. He's probably thinking, he has no idea why Jaehyun is acting this way. Jaehyun is walking away, and he's thinking, damn it. He's frustrated, but he's also intimidated. He just saw what a top player can do, and he knows he's not there yet. Mathador Shev is just laughing it off, saying, "Man, what cold guy." He's not mad at all, and it's a funny moment. He just thinks Jaehyun is a weirdo. And then we get the big reveal of Jaehyun's inner thoughts. He's talking about how he was intimidated by his power, but then his hand clenches into a fist, and he says, "The next time we meet." The revenge arc is not just about his traitors now. It's about him becoming a total boss. Jaehyun is in a cave, and he's totally defeated. He's thinking to himself, "I really felt the gap between us in power." He's sitting alone, with a look of pure sadness on his face. His face is now twisted with pure rage. He's thinking, "I'll be a completely different person." He's totally ready to give up on his old self and become a new person. He's ready to go full villain mode. And then we see him with the face of the guy who just showed him up, with red eyes and a crazy look. He's thinking that Shev and Shiru are on similar skill levels and that he needs to become stronger to get his revenge. He's now ready to do whatever it takes to get to their level and take them down. Jaehyun is summoning a huge monster, and it's a giant beast with glowing red eyes. It's a total power move, and he's not messing around. He's thinking to himself, "I need to become stronger." His skeleton is now fighting the giant beast, and it's a total one-sided battle. The skeleton is getting ready to deliver a final blow. Jaehyun's training is paying off in a huge way. The skeleton just delivered the final blow, and the beast is defeated. He's totally in control, and he's not even fazed. This is just the beginning of his journey to get his revenge. The skeleton has a new aura, and the screen says, "The skeleton warrior has hunted the coal tiger." And below, "Level up." He's getting stronger, and his plan is working. Jaehyun is looking at his skeleton, and he's not happy. He's thinking, 3 days to reach level 10? That took longer than I had expected. He's totally in a rush, and he's not messing around. The skeleton is now all wobbly, and its head is tilted. Jaehyun is just looking at it with a confused look. He's probably thinking, he's a little frustrated, but he's not giving up. The screen just flashes, "Congratulations, you have reached level 10. He's made it, and his hard work has paid off. He's now ready to leave the training dungeon and get his revenge. The system is now giving him all the rewards. There are no more monsters in this training dungeon, and your beginner symbol has been removed. He's now a full-fledged player, and he's totally confident in his power. And the narration is talking about the War Watch. It's a key item in the game, and it gives the player access to all their stats, quests, and inventory. It's a huge moment, and he's ready to use it to get his revenge. Jaehyun is looking at his wrist, and he's totally confident. He's thinking, "I haven't felt this in a while." He's got his status watch, and he's ready to check his stats. The status screen pops up, and it's showing him his stats. He's a level 10 necromancer, and his stats are what he expected. It's a huge moment for him, and he's ready to make his next move. The screen is now prompting him to please spend your stat points. It's a key part of the game, and he's got a lot of points to spend. He's totally in control, and he's loving it. Jaehyun is looking at his status screen, and he's telling himself that he needs to be wise about his first stat points. This is a huge moment, and it's going to determine his path. The camera is now focused on his stat screen, and the narration is saying that a necromancer would usually raise mana or intelligence. It's a key part of the class, but Jaehyun has a different plan. Jaehyun is now giving a creepy smile, and he's thinking, however, all points into strength. He's not messing with the meta. He's making a completely different kind of necromancer, and his revenge arc is just getting started. Jaehyun is putting all his points into strength. He's surrounded by a golden aura, and the screen says strength has been increased by 50. He's a necromancer, but he's not messing with magic. He's going for pure physical power. Jaehyun just gives a satisfied look. He's thinking to himself, "Ichem." He's now looking at his total strength stat, and it's 53. He's totally confident in his decision. The skeleton's eyes are wide, and it looks terrified. It's probably thinking, what the heck is he doing? He just put all his points into strength instead of magic. It's a funny moment, and it shows that Jaehyun is not playing by the rules. The skeleton is now crying, and it's holding its hands over its head. It's so sad, and Jaehyun is just looking at it with a blank face, asking, "What are you doing?" He doesn't get the skeleton's sadness. Jaehyun is now getting angry at the skeleton. He's yelling that he didn't give up on being a necromancer, and that he's trying to teach it. He's totally losing his patience. And then we get the big explanation. Jaehyun is saying that even if he raised his magic stats, it wouldn't have a big impact on his plays. But if he raises his strength, he can teach his skeleton all the skills from his previous life when he was a warrior. He's betting his life on the skeleton's growth. It's a huge moment, and it completely changes the game. Jaehyun is totally annoyed at the skeleton's sadness. He's saying, "Anyway, you just need to focus on your training." He's not here for emotions. He's here for power. Jaehyun is now giving a smug smile and a thumbs up. He's saying, after all, there are other ways to compensate for the lacking stats. He's totally confident in his plan, and he's not worried about his stats at all. The scene now shifts to a building called the Raiders Association Figus Castle Branch. This is where players get quests and find raid parties. He's ready to start his new life, and his revenge arc has officially begun. The Raiders Association is totally packed, and people are pushing and shoving to get their quests. The narration is saying that the quests aren't that good at this time, but everyone is so enthusiastic. He's totally out of his element. A guy just got a quest, and he's super excited about it. He's saying, it's a fresh new quest. It's a huge moment for him, but Jaehyun is not fazed at all. Jaehyun is now talking to the guy handing out quests, and he's saying, "I want a quest too. Can I take a look at the list?" The guy is totally confused, and he's just saying, "EHH." It's not a normal thing to ask for a list of quests. The guy is now telling Jaehyun that all the quests here are difficult, and no one wants them. He's also saying, "You're confident, huh?" He's a little suspicious of Jaehyun. Jaehyun is now looking over the quests, with a thoughtful look on his face. He's thinking they're all pretty crappy for sure. He's not impressed, but he's got a plan. The camera is now focused on Jaehyun's eyes, and he's got a look of pure determination. He's thinking, however, this is where he's about to find the perfect quest to get his revenge. Jaehyun just found what he's looking for. He's saying, "My hidden card is." Found it. He's got a big, confident smile on his face, and he's holding up a card. It's the moment of truth. The card is a quest card, and it's to eliminate all monsters near the Baima Mountain. The reward is only 10 gold, and the guy is asking him if he's sure he wants it, because it's a low-level quest. But Jaehyun just says, yeah, he knows something the guy doesn't. The quest screen shows Baima Mountain's cave. We see some red-eyed wolves, and the quest is to kill them. It seems like a low-level quest, but Jaehyun is not here for the easy route. He's here for a different reason. Jaehyun is giving a smug smile, and he's thinking that if he clears this boring-looking quest before hitting level 15, he can get a super rare title. And the narration is explaining what's good about titles. It's showing an amateur mage who got a bunch of titles and a bunch of stat boosts. It's a huge bonus, and it's what Jaehyun is after. And then we get the title Jaehyun wants. Prospect. It's a super rare title, and it's what he's after. He's not here for the easy route. He's here for the big one. The narration is continuing, and it's talking about how the prospect title gives a percentage-based stat boost. It's showing an angry guy getting stat boost to intelligence and mana, which is a huge bonus in the game. Jaehyun is now giving a creepy, determined smile. He's saying, in other words, IT will kickstart my op character career. He knows this is a game-breaking title, and he's totally ready to use it. Jaehyun is now just walking away, with a huge smirk on his face. He's thinking, now, then, he's got his plan, and he's ready to start his journey to becoming a top-tier player and getting his revenge. Jaehyun is giving a huge smile and says, let's start with the equipment. He's totally ready to get his gear and start his journey. The camera is now focused on the Baima Mountain. It's a huge, epic mountain, and it looks like a total dungeon. It's a big moment for Jaehyun, and he's ready to take on the challenge. Jaehyun's face is now dead serious. His eyes are narrowed, and he's not messing around anymore. He's totally focused on his goal, and he's ready to start his grind. Jaehyun is in a totally ridiculous jester outfit. He's got on a red and yellow suit with bunny ears and clown shoes. It's a hilarious moment, and it totally undermines his serious vibe. He's totally in a state of pure anger. And the reason for his outfit is revealed. He's thinking to himself that he didn't have enough money after getting the skeleton its equipment, so he just got what he could to end up like this. It's a funny and sad moment at the same time. Jaehyun is totally losing it. He's grabbing his head and yelling, "Fuck." He's so angry about his outfit, and it's a total vibe killer for his grand revenge plan. Jaehyun is totally angry in his jester outfit. He's saying, well, I will just have T.O. speedrun the quest and get clothes first. He's not going to let this outfit stop him. Jaehyun is now running through the forest, yelling, I'll get it done as fast as possible. He's totally in a rush, and he's not messing around. He's ready to grind and get his revenge. The camera is focused on the ground. There's a bloody monster arm, and the scenery is a forest. Jaehyun just took down a monster, and he's not even phased. It's a total power move, and it shows that his grind is already working out. The camera is now focused on a guy's bloody hand reaching out from a bush. He's saying, please. He's clearly in danger, and he needs help. We see the guy's face, and he's totally bloody and bruised. He's begging for help. It's a moment of pure desperation. It's a sad sight, and it's a total red flag for Jaehyun. And then we see the people who are coming for him. It's a group of shady-looking guys with creepy grins. They're all laughing and saying Kiki and Ki. They're about to kill this guy, and it's a total setup. The scene is now shifting to the Bima Mountain, and it's a beautiful day. Someone is yelling, finally. It's a moment of pure excitement, and a new adventure is about to begin. A new character appears, and he's totally in his gear, looking ready for a fight. He's yelling, I, Multi, will start my adventure at Bima Mountain. He's a total noob, but he's got that main character energy. And then we see Multi's face, and he's giving a smug smile. He's saying, I feel like I'm pretty good at this game. He's also saying, I might become a ranker at this rate. He's totally delusional, but he's loving it. This is a total classic gaming moment. The camera is now focused on a guy lying on the ground, all bloody and bruised. His friend is yelling, please help us. My friend is hurt. It's a total moment of desperation. The guy's explaining what happened. He's saying, we were attacked by a monster which we've never seen before. He's telling a story, but you can see he's totally scared. The injured guy is now talking. He's saying, we could barely escape, and we don't have any healing potions. He's totally defeated, and he's begging for help. It's a sad and desperate moment, and it's a total setup for Jaehyun. The new character, Multi, is looking a little nervous, but he's saying, I have a few. Please wait. He's reaching for his inventory to get out some healing potions. He's a good guy, and he's ready to help. The other guy is crying, and he's saying, thank you so much. We will surely repay you. It's a total moment of gratitude, but it feels a little too fake, and it's a total red flag for Jaehyun. The camera is now focused on the three thugs. They're totally in a power-leveling state of mind, and one of them is saying, repay you. It's clear they're not here to be grateful. They're here to take everything from them. The thugs are now laughing, and one of them is saying that they'll make sure to use his items to their fullest. They're totally playing him, and he has no idea what's going on. The main character, Multi, is on the ground, all bloody and bruised. He's coughing, and he's just saying, thank you. He's a total noob, and he's not even getting it. Multi is now on the ground, and he's totally defeated. He's saying, you tricked me, you cowardly dash, but the thug just cuts him off, saying, hey now, why are you saying such mean things? They're totally playing with him, and it's a total vibe killer. The thug is looking at Multi, and he's got a super creepy, evil smile on his face. He's telling him, you're the idiot for falling for such a trick. It's a total villain move, and Multi is totally defeated. And the screen is now showing the end of the battle. Player Multi has died. He's lying on the ground, and the blue glow around him is fading away. He's been killed, and his adventure is over. The system message is now telling Multi that his watch is being dropped. His watch is falling to the ground, and the blue glow is fading. He's not only dead, but he's also losing all of his gear. This is a total loss for him, and a total win for the thugs. The thugs are now laughing, and they're talking about how much fun it is to mess around with newbie players. They're totally getting a kick out of it, and they're not showing any remorse. And the leader of the thugs is giving a creepy, evil smile. His eyes are glowing red, and he's saying, "Let's find our next prey." We also learn that they're part of a Ralph family villain PK guild. They're not just random thugs. They're a whole organization of bad guys. Jaehyun's skeleton is now in a forest, and two red-eyed wolves are snarling at it. The skeleton is in a defensive stance, but it's totally outnumbered. It's a suspenseful moment, and the viewers are wondering what will happen next. The skeleton is now fighting the two wolves, and it's totally holding its own. It's a suspenseful moment, and the viewers are on the edge of their seats. Jaehyun is now giving the command to his skeleton. He's got a confident smile on his face, and he's pointing his finger. He's saying, "Attack mode." He's ready to unleash his minion. The skeleton is now charging at the wolves, and it's a total power move. Its eyes are glowing blue, and it's ready to take them on. In the background, there's another player, a total noob, but the skeleton is not fazed at all. The skeleton is now fighting a pack of wolves, and it's totally holding its own. The narration is saying that with his sword, a pack of wolves seems like nothing. He's now the powerful force. The skeleton is now fighting, and the wolves are totally getting dominated. They're whimpering and crying, and the skeleton is not fazed. It's a huge moment for the skeleton, and it's showing its new power. And the screen is just showing the experience points adding up. The skeleton is getting a ton of experience, and it's totally leveling up fast. Jaehyun's plan is working, and he's not even doing anything. Jaehyun is talking to himself, and he's totally confident in his decision to prioritize the skeleton's gear. He's thinking it was right to get equipment for the skeleton first. He's totally in a power-leveling state of mind. Jaehyun is now looking at the camera with a tear running down his face. He's totally sad about his ridiculous outfit, but he's also trying to be a true gamer who cares about utility more than looks. It's a funny and sad moment at the same time. And then we see the skeleton from its point of view. It's looking up at Jaehyun, and it's thinking, "Poor owner." It totally gets that Jaehyun's outfit is a total fail. Jaehyun just yells, "Hey, what are you thinking?" It's a funny and cute moment, and it shows the bond between the two. The skeleton is totally confused. It's looking at Jaehyun's outfit, and it's holding a broken sword. It's like it's saying, "Is this for real?" Jaehyun, in his ridiculous jester outfit, is running and yelling at his skeleton to follow him. He's telling it they need to level up quickly to clear the area. He's totally in a rush, and the skeleton is just following him, still in shock. And then we get a close-up of the skeleton. Its eyes are glowing, and it just got hit. It's taking a hit for Jaehyun, and it's a total sign of loyalty. It's ready to fight for its master. The skeleton's head is tilted, and it looks confused. It's like it's trying to figure out what just happened. It's a funny and cute moment, given the situation. Jaehyun is now looking at his skeleton, and he's totally surprised. He's saying, "Oh, sorry." He's apologizing to his skeleton, and it's a funny and cute moment. Jaehyun is now looking at the camera, and he's totally confused. He's thinking to himself, "An arrow? He just got shot by an arrow," but he has no idea where it came from. The thugs are now in the forest, and they're looking at the guy who is asking for help. They're telling him that it's okay, but they're totally not. They're getting ready to take him out, and the guy is crying and apologizing. Jaehyun is now looking at his reflection on his watch, and he's totally pissed off. He's thinking, "Would you look at these guys?" He's now seeing the betrayal that's about to happen. The camera is now focused on the thug's hands, and they're holding a bloody watch and a glowing vial. It's clear they're about to kill the guy and take his gear. It's a total setup, and Jaehyun is ready to stop it. The thugs are now in a state of pure terror. They're telling Jaehyun that they don't have potions either, and they're asking if he can help them instead. They're totally playing him. Jaehyun is now giving a creepy smile, and he's telling them he'll forgive them if they give him a mana potion. He's totally in a power-leveling state of mind, and he's not messing around. The thugs are now in a state of pure gratitude. They're bowing to him, and they're saying, of course. It's our fault, no. They're totally relieved, and they have no idea what Jaehyun is planning. The thugs are now in the forest, and they're facing two monsters with red eyes. One of them is saying, looks like monsters have appeared at the right time. They're totally playing a part, and Jaehyun is ready for them. The thugs are now looking at each other, and one of them is saying, you remember what to do, right? The other is just giving a creepy smile and says, why youpie? It's a total setup, and they're ready to get their revenge on the other player. The thugs are now in a group, and they're all looking at the two players who are asking for help. They're saying, we'll weaken them, so just finish them off. They're totally playing the good guy, but their plan is to betray the other players. The thugs are now in a fight with the monster. One of them is saying they'll take the monster's aggro first. They're totally playing a part to trick the players. The magician of the group is now casting a spell. She's got a creepy smile on her face, and she's saying, I'll cast an attack buff on them. She's not here to help the players. She's here to set them up for failure. The monster is now running at the players, with a red aura around it. The thugs are trying to make it look like they messed up and sent the monster toward them. It's a total trick, and the players are about to get screwed over. The wolf is now coming at Jaehyun, and he's totally terrified. He's screaming, H. He's totally in a state of panic, and it looks like his plan is about to fail. The thugs are now shocked. Their plan didn't work, and they're looking at each other in disbelief. They're thinking, their plan to trick the players just got totally screwed up. And then we see it. Jaehyun's skeleton just took down the wolf, and Jaehyun is looking at it with a little bit of a smirk. He's thinking, phew, that could have been bad. He's also looking at his skeleton, and he's a little annoyed at how slow it is. He's totally in a different state of mind, and he's not even fazed by the thugs. He's a total badass, and he's loving the power he has now. The thugs are just staring at Jaehyun, and they're totally confused. One of them is thinking, is his level higher than it looks like? They're now realizing that they underestimated him. Jaehyun is now giving a smug smile and a thumbs up. He's yelling, we're doing great. Please continue. He's totally taunting them, and he's loving it. The thugs are totally pissed off and are thinking, the hell? Why is his summon so strong? The thugs are now sending a bunch of monsters at him. They're yelling, let's send multiple monsters at him. They're totally losing their cool and throwing everything they've got at him. The battle is about to get intense. The thugs are now going for a sneak attack. They're trying to get behind Jaehyun, and the narration is saying, once he's distracted, they're totally playing dirty, and they're not even trying to hide it. A thug is now swinging a giant mace at Jaehyun's head, and the narration is saying, we'll take him down. Jaehyun is looking down, and his eyes are closed. He's totally ready for the hit, and he's not even trying to fight back. The thug is now giving a huge, creepy smile, and he's swinging his mace with all his might. It's a total power move, and he's not messing around. It looks like Jaehyun's revenge arc might be ending before it even began. Jaehyun just dodged the hit, and he's now on the ground, but he's not defeated. The thugs are all in a state of shock. They can't believe he dodged their attack. And Jaehyun is now fighting back. He's surrounded by a blue aura, and his skeleton is right there with him. He's not messing around. He's ready to take them all on. The thugs are now in a state of total shock, and they're yelling, W. They can't believe what they're seeing. Jaehyun and his skeleton are a total force to be reckoned with. They underestimated him, and now they're paying the price. Jaehyun is now running at the thugs, and his skeleton is right there with him. He's not messing around, and he's ready to take them all down. Jaehyun is now reaching for something in his jacket, and the narration is just saying, skeleton. He's about to unleash his full power. The thugs are now in a state of pure terror. They're screaming W8, and let's talk things out. But Jaehyun is not listening. He's totally in a power-leveling state of mind, and his skeleton is about to deliver a huge blow. They messed with the wrong guy, and now they're paying the price. Jaehyun and his skeleton are now taking down the thugs. The thugs are flying through the air, all bloody and defeated. Jaehyun is not messing around, and he's ready to take them all out. Jaehyun is now standing over a defeated thug. He's giving a cold, hard glare, and he's saying, I know bastards like you really well. He's not just talking about these thugs. He's talking about his own traitors. Jaehyun is now walking away with a huge smirk on his face. He's saying, you backstab people who trust you and take all they have. He's now a total villain, and he's loving it. This is his new life, and his revenge arc is officially on. The thug is on the ground, all bloody and bruised. He's begging for mercy, saying, wait, I'll give you items. I'm sorry. So, please dash. He's totally in a state of panic, and he's ready to give up everything. Jaehyun is now looking down at him with a cold look in his eyes. He says, I'm sorry. If it were the old me, then your tactic would have worked. He's totally taunting him, and he's not falling for the same tricks again. Jaehyun is now raising his sword, and he's not messing around. He's got a cold, hard look in his eyes, and he says, I don't trust people anymore. He's about to deliver the final blow. He's a total villain now, and he's ready to get his revenge on anyone who gets in his way. Jaehyun just delivered the final blow, and the thug is now dead. The screen is showing the system messages, and it's a huge moment for Jaehyun. The screen is now telling him, player Ralph has died, and 8 ownerless watches have dropped. Jaehyun is just staring at the screen in disbelief, and he's saying, 8? He's realizing that this guy was not just a regular thug, but a huge player killer. He's totally in shock, and he's realizing the depth of the betrayal he just witnessed. Jaehyun is now giving a creepy smile, and he's looking at all the watches and weapons scattered around. He's saying, well, now that things have turned out like this, I'll make good use of them. He's totally ready to use the loot to get his revenge. He's also saying, I'll start with my clothes first. It's a funny and serious moment at the same time, and it shows that he's still a little bit of a gamer. Jaehyun Skeleton is now kicking a thug in the face, and the thug is all bloody and defeated. The skeleton is totally loyal to its master, and it's doing its job well. Jaehyun is now talking to his skeleton. He's saying, my precious skeleton, would you like to have anything for yourself? He's totally treating his minion like a person, and at a funny and cute moment. The skeleton is now blushing, and its eyes are all gooey. It's so happy, and it's a total emotional moment for the skeleton. It's a hilarious and sweet moment at the same time.